In this session, we will study about the fundamental concepts in organic reaction mechanism. Organic molecule is considered as substrate when it is reacting with attacking reagent. First intermediate is formed, and from intermediate products or product and byproduct is formed. Now another molecule is taking part in the chemical reaction, then it is known as reagent, because organic molecule which is considered as a substrate provides C carbon to new bond, and that is why this is considered as substrate. But if both molecule provides carbon atom to new bonds, then choice of substrate is taken arbitrarily. Now we will study some basic principles for organic reactions. First one is fission. Fission are of two types: heterolytic fission and homolytic fission. Now in heterolytic fission, we have, suppose say, any molecule X which is made up of X and Y. Now we can see there is electron pair present between X and Y. If pair Y is taken up by Y, so the new species will be formed, X positive and Y negative. Then this is known as heterolytic fission, because electron pair is taken up by Y atom. That is why X will become positively charged and Y will become negatively charged. In this case, we have to remember that Y is more electronegative. Y is more electronegative. Now if same heterolytic fission, if we want to understand again, in which X is more electronegative, then two species formed will be X will be negative and Y will be positive. Take example of CH3Br, methyl bromide or bromomethane. On heterolytic fission, because of bromine is more electronegative, we will get methyl carbocation and Br minus ion. This is known as methyl carbocation. Now we will study about different carbocation and their stability also. carbocations are methyl carbocation, ethyl carbocation, isopropyl carbocation, and tertiary butyl carbocation. This is isopropyl carbocation. This is 1 degree primary. We can say it is ethyl. And this is methyl carbocation. Once more, methyl carbocation, ethyl carbocation, isopropyl carbocation, and tertiary butyl carbocation. Since relativity, strength relativity is concerned, we can say the relative strength or stability of methyl carbocation is smaller than primary. Of primary, it is less than secondary. And stability of secondary carbocation is less than tertiary. Now in CH3 positive, methyl carbocation, shape and hybridization will be as follows. CH3 plus, first of all we will understand there are only 6 electrons. So if we consider the shape and hybridization will be sp2 CH3 positive. So hybridization is sp2 and shape will be planar. Now same way we will understand heterolytic fission for CH3Br but in different manner. CH3Br, because of the Br electronegativity was more than carbon, we got CH3 plus and Br minus. But in place of Br, if any atom, say Z present, which is less electronegative, then heterolytic fission will take place in this way. CH3 will gain negative charge and Z will get positively charged. So this is known as methyl carb anion. Now we will study carb anion, shape and hybridization. Methyl carb anion. The shape of CH3 minus carb anion will be, this is electron pair of electron, or simply we can say electron pair, and now 3 hydrogens. This will be the structure for CH3 minus ion, and hybridization is sp3 hybridization. Hybridization will be sp3. Now we will study homolytic fission. In homolytic fission, again taking example of CH3Br. As we know that this bond means electron pair. If one electron will be taken by bromine and another electron will be taken by methyl, and it is shown by fish arrow, on homolytic fission we get free radical, methyl free radical and bromine free radical. In place of bromine, any other halogen atom can be taken. So first of all, once more, CH3Br, on homolytic fission we get two free radical, CH3 methyl free radical and Br free radical. We will also study stability of free radicals. Methyl free radical, ethyl free radical, that is primary free radical, then isopropyl free radical and tertiary butyl free radical. So again, as far as stability is concerned, methyl free radical is less stable than 1 degree primary, 1 degree is less than 2 degrees secondary, and secondary is less in strength as far as tertiary butyl is concerned. Now, another point we have to understand is nucleophile and electrophile. Nucleophile and electrophile. Because of the heterolytic fission of molecule like CH3Br, if Br is getting this electron pair, if it attracts this electron pair towards itself, then CH3 will become positively charged and Br will become negatively charged. Here in this case, we can say this is electrophile and this is said to be nucleophile. So, definition of nucleophile is what? What is the definition of nucleophile? Nucleophile brings electron pair, and that is why we can say nucleus seeking. Nucleophiles are also known as nucleus seeking, and electrophile that are attract electron pair. That is why they are known as electron seeking. Another point we have to understand for nucleophile and electrophile, that electrophile attacks at the nucleophilic center. Electrophile attacks at nucleophilic center, vice versa, nucleophile attacks at electrophilic center. If we take example of electrophile and nucleophile, then there are different molecules which behaves as nucleophile. OH minus, Cn minus, R2NH, R3N, all are having electron pair with them, that is lone pair of electrons, and that is why all they behave as nucleophile. On the other hand, electrophile are some positive molecules also and neutral molecules also. They can behave as electrophile. So if we take example of H plus, NO2 plus, Cl plus, they all are positive electrophile. And if we take example of AlCl3, BF3, then they are considered as neutral electrophile. AlCl3 and BF3 are also known as Lewis acid because they have less number of electron as octet, and that is why we can say they are Lewis acid. Now understand the difference between nucleophile and electrophile. So, nucleophile and electrophile, generally these are anions and electrophiles are cations. These are electron rich and electrophiles are electron deficient. Electron deficit. Another point, we can say that nucleophile is denoted by Nu and electrophiles are denoted by E plus. Now, nucleophiles are known as Lewis base and electrophiles are known as Lewis acid. And for nucleophile, attacking region is low density of electrons, and for electrophile, the attacking region is of high density of electrons. Once more, there is the difference between nucleophile and electrophile. Nucleophiles are anions, electrophiles are cations. Second, nucleophiles are electron-rich species, while electrophiles are electron-deficit species. They are denoted by Nu and electrophiles are denoted by E plus. Now, nucleophiles are Lewis base, but electrophiles are Lewis acid because they require electron pair, and Lewis base donate electron pair. Attacking region is generally low density of electrons because they are rich in electrons. Same way for electrophile, we can say attacking reagent is of high electron density. Now we will study electron movement in chemical reaction. Electron movement. This can be represented by taking following example. We have X atom. Beside with X atom we have single bond and double bond. In the first case, if pi electron is shifting from double bond to single bond, then the structure so obtained is this. So we can say shifting of pi electron from double bond to adjacent bonds, which is single. Same way, we can take another example in which this bond is shifted to the next atom. So the structure obtained is this. So we can say shifting of pi electron from double bond to next atom. Same way, if electron pair is present on atom and if it is shifted to the next adjacent bond, then we can represent it as this way. Shifting of electron pair from atom to next single bond. This is the way we can represent the electron movement in chemical reactions. Now we will study electron displacement. Electron displacement in chemical reaction. Electron displacement in chemical reaction takes place in the ground state of the organic compound or it takes place in presence of attacking reagent. So first we will study inductive effect, which is also known as electron displacement effect. Inductive effect. When in organic compound halogen-like atom is present, then the shared pair of electron between carbon and halogen atom is attracted towards halogen atom. The effect is known as inductive effect. We can study this inductive effect by taking following example. See, this is the example of halopropane. We can see there are 3 carbon atoms and we have halogen atom. We can take any atom, chlorine, bromine, iodine, chlorine, etc. Now, this is a bonding pair of electron, but because of more electronegativity of halogen atom, this bonding pair of electron attracts more towards halogen atom and halogen atom acquires negative charge and carbon atom acquires partial positive charge. Now we will write this carbon to be 1, this is to be 2 and this is to be 3. Then we can say sigma electrons are attracted from carbon 1 towards X atom. On the other hand, the sigma electrons which is present between C1 and C2 will also be attracted towards C1. But we can say that if the charge is plus delta on carbon 1, then it must be, we can write plus delta delta, means it must be less than carbon number 1. Same way, sigma bond which is present between C2 and C3 will also be attracted towards X, and ultimately it will get plus delta 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 charge. It means we can say it is even less than C2. So from this study we can say that inductive effect becomes negligible after 3 carbon atoms, or inductive effect becomes diminishes after 3 carbon atoms. Now one more study we will see, because here in this case we have electron withdrawing group. Now we will see the effect of electron donating group as far as inductive effect is concerned. This is known as plus I effect. Plus I effect. As that was minus I effect, this is plus I effect. Again take example of 3 carbon atoms, but we can see that methyl group is present at the first carbon. From here also we can take methyl group, or from here. So because of the presence of methyl group, the sigma bond electrons, or simply we can say electrons of sigma bond, is attracted towards these carbon atoms. So we can draw the arrow in this manner. Again if we write C1, C2, C3 and C4, then here we will get plus delta charge, here we will get minus delta, minus double delta and minus 3 times delta. Means we can say here also after 3 carbon atoms, inductive effect becomes negligible. Inductive effect becomes negligible. Now there are 2 effects as I told you. One is a plus I effect and second one is minus I effect. As I told, in the first case it was minus I effect, and in the second case it is plus I effect. Now we have to remember, for minus I effect there are some groups or atoms which effect in this order: NO2 greater than cyanide group, greater than COOH group, fluorine group, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and lastly OH group. So once more, if the groups are present in this priority order, then minus I effect with NO2 group is maximum and with OH group it is minimum. Same way for the plus I effect, we can write the order of priority CH3 thrice C, that is we can say 3 degree carbon, or simply we can say tertiary butyl group. Simply we can say tertiary butyl group, which is greater or greater, we can say simply greater power than isopropyl group, which is more strength than ethyl group, then lastly methyl group. Now, because of inductive effect, as I told that inductive effect operates in the ground state of organic compound. Because of it operates in the ground state of organic compound, we can say boiling point, melting point, and dipole moment melting point, boiling point and dipole moment of organic molecule or simply we speak polar organic molecule increases. So what is the point we have to remember? Because it operates in the ground state of organic compound, boiling point, melting point and dipole moment of polar organic molecule increases. Beside with that, we can study acidity strength or basicity strength. Acidity strength or basicity strength also can be understood easily by understanding the inductive effect. Let's take example of HCOOH, formic acid. And CH3COOH. CH3COOH. Acidity of formic acid is more than ethanoic acid. Now it is easily understandable that because CH3 group is present in ethanoic acid and only hydrogen is present in formic acid, simply we can state that acidity decreases in presence of plus I group or plus I, that is plus I, inductive effect, plus I effect. Same way we can write acidity increases in presence of minus I group. One more example we can study by which we can understand how knowledge of inductive effect is useful to understand acidity. Take example of monochloroacetic acid, dichloroacetic acid and trichloroacetic acid. We want to understand the order of acidity of these three compounds. First of all, monochloroacetic acid. We have acetic acid CH3COOH. If one hydrogen is replaced by chlorine group, we get ClCH2COOH. Only one chlorine atom is present in monochloroacetic acid. But in dichloroacetic acid, we have 2 Cl atoms are present in dichloroacetic acid. Same way, in trichloroacetic acid, we have 3 chlorine atoms present. So from this study we can say, here in this third compound, that is trichloroacetic acid, 3 chlorine atoms are present. Because 3 chlorine atoms are present, acidity of trichloroacetic acid will be maximum. Acidity of trichloroacetic acetic acid is maximum. So order of acidity will be trichloroacetic acid greater than dichloroacetic acid, which is greater than monochloroacetic acid. This is about inductive effect. Now we will study another electronic displacement effect, which is also known as electromeric effect. Electromeric effect. As inductive effect was permanent effect, this electromeric effect is temporary effect. This is temporary effect, and if a compound, what is the condition for electromeric effect? If organic compound has multiple bonds, if multiple bonds are present in the organic compound, then only we can study the electromeric effect. As I told that it is temporary effect can be understood by taking example of simply, if we have this functional group in presence of attacking reagent, it will give this type of structure, but as soon as attacking reagent is removed, once more, attacking reagent gives this structure, and on removal of attacking reagent again we get back this structure in which we have double bond, or simply say multiple bond. There are two types of electromeric effect. One is plus E effect and second one is minus E effect. To understand plus E effect and minus E effect, we can take this example. If we have double bond and attack of H plus, simply say electrophile, we will get the structure and this is known as plus E effect. Same way we can study negative E effect, that is minus E effect, when cyanide nucleophile attacks on C double bond O group, this structure is obtained. So this is minus E effect and this is plus E effect. So from this study we can say that there is the difference between inductive effect and electromeric effect. Inductive effect is permanent effect, but electromeric effect is temporary effect. Here we could see that it was operated in the ground state, but it is operated if attacking reagent is attacking on double bond system, then only electromeric is possible. Thank you. After electromeric effect and inductive effect, we will study resonance. Resonance effect. Resonance effect is also known as mesomeric effect. Another name of resonance effect is also mesomeric effect. Sometimes it is not possible to describe the properties of organic molecule by one electronic structure or say Lewis dot configuration structure. But if we draw the another possible structure of organic molecule or simply say electronic structure of organic molecule, then all the properties of that molecule can be decided properly. For that we can take example of benzene. Kekule gave two structures for benzene. Structure A and structure B. In structure A we can see there is a double bond present between carbon 1 and carbon 2, but here in structure B there is single bond between carbon 1 and carbon 2. So from these two hypothetical structure or canonical structure, we can draw hybrid structure, or simply we can speak resonance hybrid. This is the resonance hybrid structure of benzene. Now why it is necessary to understand resonance? In the case of benzene, we have carbon-carbon double bond as well as carbon-carbon single bond. Carbon-carbon single bond length is 1.54 angstrom and C single bond C is 1.34 angstrom. But actually it is found that CC bond length in benzene is identical, and it is 1.39 angstrom. So we can say that there must be rapid interconversion between these two structures A and B. Once more, rapid interconversion between these two hypothetical or canonical structure A and B possible, and that is why we can draw the resonance hybrid structure for benzene in this manner, so that this property in which the bond length is found to be 1.39 angstrom can be proved easily, and that is why we can say study of resonance effect is necessary. Same way we take example of carbon dioxide molecule. Resonating structures of carbon dioxide we can draw by this manner. If electron shifting takes place, then we get another resonating structure to be this. Same way, from this we can draw the third resonating structure for carbon dioxide. Here triple bond, as triple bond was here, here we will get triple bond, and here we will get single bond. And here we will get positive charge. So these are resonating structure of carbon dioxide from which we can study the CO bond length is 1.15 angstrom. So this 1.15 angstrom value of the bond length C bond O bond length was possible because of resonating structures only. Same way for acid. This is the structure of acid. If we draw resonating structure Then we get the resonating structure as follows. This is another structure, and from this we can draw the resonance hybrid for acid as this is the resonance hybrid of acid molecule. Same way for ions CO3 2-. These are neutral molecules and this one is ion. Here in carbonate ion also resonance is possible. So we will study resonance in carbon dioxide and means carbonate ion. One structure, then another structure, and then third structure. Now see, we can see there is a double bond, here also double bond. Now we will get double bond here. So total these three resonating structures are possible in carbonate ion CO3 2- ion. From this we can draw the resonance hybrid like this. And now another thing which we need to understand, how resonance is helping in stability. We can say more the structure, more the resonating structure, more will be the stability of that molecule. Now first of all, we will decide also conditions for resonance. There are some conditions for drawing resonating structure. First condition, position of electrons. If changes, position of electron if changes, then there is no problem for the resonating structure. But we have to remember, no atom should differ or no nucleus should differ in its position. Second, we have to understand that if any resonating structure does not follow octet rule, then that resonating structure is not valid. Third point we have to remember, as far as possible, the resonance hybrid, that is resonating structure, must get nearly similar energy. Resonating structure must get nearly similar energy. So these are some conditions necessary for resonance. Now we will study resonance energy. What is resonance energy? If we say that resonance hybrid is always more stable. Resonance hybrid is always more stable Then it's resonating structures. This is possible because of resonance energy. For study, we can say resonance energy of benzene is 150.62 kilojoule mole inverse. By using this energy, or simply we say that resonance energy of benzene is 150.62 and benzene molecule becomes stable by using that resonating structures. Now, we will study contribution to resonating structures. By taking few examples, we can study this point, that is contribution of resonating structure. First, we will again draw the resonating structure of benzene as mentioned. These are the two resonating structure of benzene. First of all, we can study that both the structure are indistinguishable. It means both structure are responsible for resonance hybrid. And equally they explain the properties of organic molecules, say benzene. Second, if you have buta-1,3-diene, buta-1,3-diene, (1,3-butadiene) or simply say butadiene, if we study that if bond is shifted, then the next structure we will get is H2C, then this will become single bond, this will become double bond, and here we will get negative charge. Another structure also we can draw. First of all, complete the valency of carbon just by keeping hydrogen. We get this structure, and from this another structure which is possible is so from this study we have to remember that here in the structure 1,3-butadiene, more covalent bonds are present. More covalent bonds are present. So this will contribute maximum, and these two structures cannot contribute more because they have less number of covalent bonds. Now by taking third example of acid, as mentioned earlier, its resonating structure, when we draw, we get in this structure we can see separation of charges. So because of separation of charges, we can say this will contribute more compared to this structure. Now there are two types of resonance possible. Plus R and minus R. Plus R, or we can say plus M effect. CH2 double bond CHCl, vinyl chloride. vinyl chloride. Its resonating structure we can draw, or simply we can understand the plus R effect. As we know, chlorine has non-bonding electron pairs. So we will get this is the plus M effect example. Same way we can take minus R effect example or minus M effect. Say cyanide group is present, acrylonitrile. In acrylonitrile, if we study minus R effect, then we can draw the another structure. This is the another structure possible, but as bond is shifting from here, then we can say plus charge will be created here and here minus charge will be created. Now resonance effect, plus R effect in aromatic compound. Take example of chlorobenzene. Chlorobenzene. We will study plus R effect in chlorobenzene. So electron pair is transferred in such a way that we are getting different resonating structures. First structure we obtain like this. Now second structure we have obtained. And the last structure. From the first we have got the last structure like this one. So this is resonating structure in chlorobenzene possible, and we can say this is plus R effect. Now same way we will study minus R effect in aromatic compound, taking example of nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene structure is this is the structure of nitrobenzene. Resonance structures in nitrobenzenes we can draw by. First we can see that electron pair which is present between nitrogen and oxygen is shifted to oxygen, and this pair will be migrated between carbon and nitrogen. So the next structure obtained is we are getting plus charge here. Next structure will be obtained. This one is the next structure possible. And finally, we get this we can say minus R effect in nitrobenzene molecule. Now we will study difference between inductive effect and resonance effect. Inductive effect is operated in saturated molecule, but resonance effect is operated in pi bond system, or we can say unsaturated system. Second, we can say that in inductive effect, sigma electrons are utilized. Sigma electrons are utilized, but in resonance effect, pi electrons are utilized. Third point, we can understand that displacement of electron is limited, but here in this case, displacement of pi electrons takes place to a large distance. Now we will study hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation, as we studied in inductive effect, the order for alkyl carbocation was 3 degree CH3C CH33 times C more than, or strength is more than, isopropyl group, which is in turn more than ethyl, and finally then methyl. So this is the order for inductive effect. But when these alkyl groups are attached with pi bond, then the effect is known as hyperconjugation, and we have to remember that inductive effect order reverse. Inductive effect order reverse in the case of hyperconjugation. Hyperconjugation is also known as sigma pi conjugation. Also the another name is Baker-Nathan effect. Another name of hyperconjugation effect is known as Baker-Nathan effect. Now we will study orbital representation of hyperconjugation simply by taking the structure. Here we can see this is pi bond. Now another carbon we take. This is sigma bond, and here we can see sigma pi conjugation. This way we can say that hyperconjugation can be understood by orbital representation. Now we will take example of propene to understand hyperconjugation. Propene CH3 CH double bond CH2. How hyperconjugation takes place in propene molecule? First, the bond is migrated towards carbon-carbon and this bond will be migrated towards CH2. So we get the structure, hyperconjugation structure. H becomes positively charged and here we get double bond. Same way, another structure we can draw is and one more structure is possible. From this study of the structure of propene, hyperconjugation structure in propene, from the study of this structure we can say that more the number of alpha hydrogen, more will be the hyperconjugation structure. Once more the number of alpha hydrogen, more will be the hyperconjugative structures, and from this we can say that more are the hyperconjugative structure. More hyperconjugative structure, more will be the stability of this molecule. Now we will study usefulness of hyperconjugation, or simply we can say application of hyperconjugation. Application of hyperconjugation. First application, stability of carbocation. Stability of carbocation. 3-degree carbocation is more stable than 2-degree carbocation. In turn, it is more stable than primary carbocation, which is in more strength as compared to methyl carbocation. Now, by taking example of ethyl carbocation, we will study that how 3-degree carbocation is most stable. Structure of ethyl carbocation is like this way. The first structure obtained, hyperconjugative structure, is in this manner. Now another structure possible. Second structure, and same way one more structure we can draw. From this study we can see that here total 3 alpha hydrogens present in the structure of ethyl carbocation, 3 alpha hydrogen atoms were present. Because of 3 alpha hydrogen atoms present in ethyl carbocation, we get 3 structure, hyperconjugative structure. So simply we can say more alpha hydrogen present, then more will be hyperconjugative structures, and therefore stability of that molecule will be more. So from this study we can say that 3° carbocation is more stable than 2° carbocation, and 2° carbocation is more stable than primary carbocation, and primary carbocation is more stable than methyl carbocation. Now we will study stability of free radical in the same manner. Stability of free radical. This is 3° free radical, 3°, which is more stable than 2° free radical. In turn, it is more stable than primary free radical, which is more stable than methyl free radical. Stability of alkene molecules can also be understood by using hyperconjugative structures. Take example of 2,3-dimethyl butene, 2,3-dimethyl butene. This is the structure of 2,3-dimethyl butene, 2,3-dimethyl butene. Another example is 2-methyl butene. Third example, butene, and fourth example, propene. And we can take one more example is of ethene. Then we can say that order of stability for all these alkene molecules will be in this manner: 2,3-dimethyl butene, 2,3-dimethyl butene is most stable than 2-methyl butene, which is stable than butene. Butene is stable than propene, which in turn stable than ethene. Why the order follows this manner? Because in 2,3-dimethyl butene we have 12 alpha hydrogen. 3, 3, 3 and 3. That is why we have 12 alpha hydrogens which are responsible for maximum hyperconjugative structure. 12 hyperconjugative structures are drawn by using these 12 alpha hydrogen atoms, and that is why 2,3-dimethyl butene more stable than 2-methyl butene. Here we get only 9 alpha hydrogen atoms. 3, 3 and 3. Here we get only 6 alpha hydrogen atoms. In the case of propene, we have only 3 alpha hydrogen atoms. And as far as the case of ethene is concerned, there is no alpha hydrogen atom. That is why in 2,3-dimethyl-butene we have total 12 alpha hydrogen atoms, 3 plus 3 plus 3 and 3. That is why 12 alpha hydrogen atoms. Because of that we can draw 12 hyperconjugative structures. Now in 2-methyl-butene we have 9 alpha hydrogen atoms, so only 9 hyperconjugative structures are drawn. Same way in butene we have only 6 alpha hydrogen atoms, so 6 hyperconjugative structures can be drawn. And in the case of propene we have only 3 alpha hydrogen atoms, so 3 hyperconjugative structures are possible. And as far as the case of ethene is concerned, there is no alpha hydrogen atom, and that is why in ethene we cannot draw any hyperconjugative structure. That is why in alkenes the order is followed in this manner. Now we will study one more thing, that dipole moment is also influenced by hyperconjugation. If we take example of HCHO and CH3CHO, we can see that there is no alpha hydrogen present in the case of formaldehyde. In the case of formaldehyde, there is no any alpha hydrogen present, but in the case of acetaldehyde, 3 alpha hydrogens are present, and because of that dipole moment of acetaldehyde is more than formaldehyde. Dipole moment of formaldehyde is less than acetaldehyde. Now in aromatic structure like toluene, ortho-para directing effect of methyl group. Ortho-para directing group, methyl group showing ortho-para directing property is partly because of hyperconjugation.